Hello. I'm going to give some time for people to get here. We'll see. It's the last minute live stream, so I can't expect much. It is Stephanie Lodge. I hope you're doing well tonight. It is a Monday. Oh, quite the March Madness going on, and I don't mean the basketball. It's basketball, right? There's been a lot of energies, a lot of people talking about it. Whether you look at the astrology reports and you ask the astrologers, there's all sorts of things going on that have never happened before. Oh my goodness, so much. So let's see, where do I begin? Where shall I start with my announcements? There's so many. Well, first of all, if you're in the Los Angeles area, we'll start with the local one first. I am going to be starting up meditations here in LA in the Sherman Oaks area, which is where I live. And they are going to be at Pure Heart Collective. It is a new location that just opened a few weeks ago. And I'm really excited to be bringing Monday meditation with Magdalene. And this will be a channeled meditation journey, and it'll be about an hour. And I will be taking a little Q&A angels in the session and doing some other elements of neurological fitness, which I'm trained in, and some other things. Just every week will be a little different. Magdalene will lead the way. As I am a channel and a Magdalene mystic, I have really aligned frequency as a council more than as an individual, because how I see it is there is an oversoul, there's a larger consciousness of divine feminine wisdom that is coming through her. Speaking of divine feminine wisdom, I will be at the Divine Feminine Celestial Awakening Conference, and you can find that this coming weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are on sale at Conscious Awakening Network. If you're not familiar with the network, I highly recommend going to consciousawakeningnetwork.com. And there's a .org. It might be one of those. Familiar. And just know that you'll find tickets there. And if you can't find it there for some reason, go into my Instagram at the Hug Angel. And in my bio, there will be links there for you to find it. All right, what else can I say? Let's see what else is happening in my world. Announcements. Well, we're calling all angels in. That's the main frame of why I got on live tonight. And the reason we're calling them in, and we're calling them in not only those higher conscious perspective as frequencies of living light, but also as you, me, and everybody. Let's say it this way, when we are going through hectic energy, chaotic energy like we're doing right now, that seems to be the collective consensus, there is a requirement now for us to come together in what I call celestial coherence. It is time to get the band back together. And what I mean by that is those who recognize themselves as light workers, light bringers, light surfers, light seeds, healers, shamans, any of it that resonates, pick your title. You are here to support the planet. You are here as guardians of planetary ascension, whether you know it or not, as you're working on the frequencies first. You're working on your own frequency, you're working on the frequencies of others. And I'm going to be honest, I'm seeing a lot more people awakening. They're going through their awakening process. They're super excited about it, and they love to just go on the TikTok and whatever. And I'm going to say some of them aren't quite ready for prime time. I'm going to be honest, because they're sharing things that might not be quite fully baked. They're putting the icing on. It's a hot mess because it's not quite ready. Not cooled down yet. Not quite. So I am seeing some things that are creating more chaos and confusion sometimes. But that's just par for the course when you have a planet of this magnitude going through such a profound shift, right? So how do we discern, right? Because we're seeing a lot more content out there. Obviously, there's AI now, artificial intelligence. And I'd like to say, if you're not a master of the true or original AI, the angelic intelligence, then it's going to be tough, because you're going through logic and reason alone to discern what is truth and what is fiction. And what I'm going to All right, from outer space. Got that look upon my face. No, I don't know what happened. It is Mercury retrograde. We can chalk it up to that if you want. I don't want to give that power. Good old Mercury. Anyway, okay. So you didn't miss anything because I knew I went off and I didn't say anything while I was off. But all right, let's see. Where did I leave off? Yeah. So the energies. We talked about that. Okay. Well, the main thing. This is the main thing. There's a lot coming in. We know this, right? And how are you managing your frequency? And how are things going in your world? Are things financially fierce or are they financially flat, right? Or is your health good? Or is your health not so great? These are the things you want to assess. And I'm going to say this. We are being asked to get more spiritually sophisticated. I think that's what I was talking about, where when you are being thrown so much information, unless you are a hermit, unless that's your choice, you've decided to pull in, ignore the world, pretend it'll go away. I don't recommend that because you're creating a prison for yourself. But then we have to get a little bit more advanced in how we engage frequency, because everything's frequency first. Everything is the holographic assembled light organization or halo verse. This is all going to happen first at those levels before it comes into matter, right? And we can actually affect those levels so we don't have to experience the matter, right? That matter doesn't have to be our matter. It can be somebody else's. So we get to kind of play at another level now. The Earth is shifting rapidly. For those of you who are not aware of this, welcome to the thing. I hope you're having a good time. We are about to accelerate ascension. And when we accelerate ascension, there will be a little bit of those glitches in the matrix, as people like to say. Things that seem a little off, a little weird, not quite sure. Portals opening, things happening. I see things all the time. People are going through things all the time, and they don't know what to make of it. So as somebody who guides people through this, I am an ascension advisor. Okay. I'm also an angelic activator. I activate what I call the angelic dream keys. And these are the 72 building blocks of creation or holographic expression. And I also work with what I call the angelic light streams of creation. So this is essentially what's broadcasting through us and to us at all times. These are the ultimate frequencies to work with. Why? Because there's a lot of discordant stuff out there. The 5Gs, the Wi-Fis, the Bluetooths, the microwaves, all of it is not helpful in terms of maintaining your holographic biofield. Okay, the health of that. So that's what I specialize in. And recently, it came to my attention that there's a lot going on in the spiritual awakening process, but what's happening is it's kind of like everybody's playing their own instruments in their own band, and there's no harmony because everyone's playing different music. So you have ska over here, you got heavy metal over here, you got jazz, you got, blues, you got everything, like everybody's doing their own thing. And it's fun. But the challenge with that is that's why you're seeing a lot more storms, earthquakes, energy of the holographic going, whoa, 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 what's happening? So I've been tasked, don't know why, somehow it's always me, no, I'm kidding. I've been tasked to bring everybody into coherence. And they call it celestial coherence because we're coming into coherence with our own intentional levels of light, but also the collective a little bit more, right? Nobody's running on any unified framework. And what I mean by that is you have your religions. This is what I'm going to say about that. It's fine. Have your religions. But what I'm going to tell you is if you want to affect reality, the prayer work would have worked by now. The world would be a totally different place than if any of those prayers were working. That's all I'm going to say about it, right? The prayers for peace that were happening in the caves up with the monks were working. The prayers to Jesus and Allah and all the other things were working. We wouldn't be in the situation we're in. Can we agree on that? Can we kind of get that at this point? Like something's up. Something's up, people. I have my theories. I'm not going to share them now, but I am going to say that I have kind of refined over the last 20 years a process that has worked pretty well for me, and it's working for others. And it doesn't mean it's perfect. There's always evolution in things. There should be evolution in all belief systems and any framework of consciousness, let's call it, right? In my opinion. But what I will say is that the tools that I have amassed, the angelic arsenal, if you will, when you're in frequency warfare, that's what it is. It's going to like take an arsenal, right? You need certain sacred security protocols. You need to put up certain things that are going to keep you feeling safe. And it's more than just a bubble of light that you can just pop. No, we got something a little fiercer than that, okay? So a little bit like, imagine you're an X-Man or a hero. Pick your person, right? Or something, and you're in this game. You need tools, right? That's how I see it. So that's what I've been working on, and I'm putting it all together in an app. And you might have seen it already. I've made some announcements the last few days, and it is called Celestials. And the reason it's called Celestial is because the practice or the path is celestial coherence. It is coming into alignment with the entire network of who you are, not just this version, but your angelic, your spirit guides, your ancestors, everything that informs you through the DNA, all of it. There is certain frequency to that. And what we do is we work on all of it, okay, so that you can come into harmony. I can't take polls. I could, but I can't see. Well, you could put it in the comments. But if you're a type A personality, let's call it type A angel, meaning very high strung, very stressed, go, do, energy all the time, every day. What that's going to create over time is a lot of disruption in the nervous system. You're going to get into what's called an allostatic state of stress. Not healthy. Causes inflammation, causes illness. It's not a good idea. Okay, I'm going to recommend you don't do that. So we want to assist you in getting some of those frequencies in harmony, aligned, where you can like, I'm going to go through my day and not be a complete mental case of chaos creation, right? Because that's what ends up happening. The brain is all over the place. Got to pick up the kids. I got to do this. Scattered, ungrounded, ineffective if you are a light worker, especially because if you're ungrounded, because you're so over the top, spinning out of control with things, you can't get the light, the energy, the frequency that you are into matter to materialize things, including money, by the way. Anyway, so we look at that. If you're the other type where you're really low frequency, oh, I have to get up today. Okay, fine, I'll get up. You know, like depressed, the world sucks, it's on fire, you can't handle it, anything. You're just seeing all the toxicity and you don't know what to do about it, and it's sad and you're in grief and you're just in what I call the bottom basement frequencies. You're not going to create impact either because you have no energy charge. So you're not going to create much of anything unless you're lucky, right? Or you have other people doing it for you. So at this point, what I'm seeing is just a lot of this type of push-pull with frequency and people just struggling, and I want to support that getting fixed, okay? So Celestials is the app that's going to assist you because there's going to be trackers in there. It's going to be a practice of self-devotion, because when you devote time to yourself, it's the greatest service you can do to the world because you're filling up your own cup, right? You're loving yourself first, because you can't love anybody else if you don't have anything here to give them, right? So it's really important that we start doing that and taking that seriously. And I don't mean just meditating. Meditating is great. I'm not going to discount meditating. It's a powerful process. I'm just kind of in, I like to do multiple things and check a few things off the list. If I'm going to sit there for 20 minutes, can I do some other things while I'm sitting there? That's just me. So when I meditate, I am also working on the DNA. I am also connecting and building a thread or a microfilament of light into creative consciousness, into prime creator or universal creator of my soul. That filament, over time, I build many of these filaments, charge them up, activate them, and then I have a coaxial cable, like fire wired in there, right? That is essentially the practice of celestial coherence. Now, back in 2020, when everybody was home, because we had nothing better to do during COVID, I did a journey of 72 days straight. It was nuts. And we did a celestial coherence practice, essentially, with 72 of these keys one day at a time. But it was a lot for people. And a lot of people couldn't handle it. They couldn't do that many days in a row. unless they were just, rock stars, and it's not easy. And other people, they just need a time to integrate. They're like, I didn't even integrate yesterday's key and I'm already putting another key. I'm like, this is nuts. Yeah, I'm not kidding. So now I'm giving you a whole year to do it. So this is different. The first time around was like an activation for the heart, right? But now what we're doing is 72 kind of weeks, not really, because it's about 5 days, but we're essentially taking these 72 keys over a long form journey. And what this is going to do is going to bring in more embodiment. You're embodying your celestial nature, what you might call your Christed or angelhood nature, however, Buddhahood, pick your term, right? But the idea is this higher frequency nature wants to come into alignment with you. And I'm going to tell you this. It changed my life. It's changed many lives, right? And there's a beautiful testimonial on my link that I'm going to give you. It's called celestials.app. In fact, let me see if I can post it in a comment, and maybe it'll show up somewhere over yonder in your neck of the woods. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, sweetheart. It's on YouTube. I posted it to YouTube. I think that's where it got posted. Oh, actually, wait. Did it post it? No, it also posted to Facebook. Yay. Okay. So celestials.app is the app, and it's not here yet. It's coming Friday on the solstice. We announced it on the equinox. No, sorry, turn it around. Yeah, no, equinox. Yeah, sorry. We announced it on the eclipse. We're launching it on the equinox. Yeah, right? Yeah, not a solstice. Oh my gosh, get them so confused. I'm not the astrologist, clearly. Anyway, so interesting this week, right? We also have a Venus retrograde, a Mercury retrograde. And why am I mentioning this? It's a lot of celestial influence of the planetary kind, right? And what's interesting about that is we give our authority away to these things quite a bit. We let them tell us and dictate, oh, now you're going to go into this chaos. Now this is going to influence you, and you're Scorpio, and you're this, and you're that. We own that jazz. And does it serve us? Are we going to work at liberating ourselves from having any of these things tell us who we are? Because we're so much more, right? The idea of what I talk about being, and you'll learn about this in Celestials, is something called the sovereign state, when you are truly in neutrality and not influenced by these outside authorities, including the programming on this planet. So I just invite you to kind of look at that and go, wait a second, I can create reality for myself that feels very different. And I don't need to buy in to all these programs anymore. Because why? They're very mental. They keep the mind really happy, really busy. And what does that do? It keeps you out of here. The heart doesn't stand a chance when the mind is so do all the time. Now you have frequencies coming in. Good luck, right? So what I'm working toward in this app is getting a global audience to come into the app and hold this coherence together for the planet, to anchor in new consciousness, right? I kind of see that as, again, as like a halo around the world, right? This holographic assembly light organization around the world. We all have our own little ones. We're little cells in the body, and this larger body, the macro, is kind of glitchy. It's kind of not anchored and harmonized because it keeps getting hit with so many different things. So when we come into this coherence as a group, everyone kind of becomes their own pillar or pylon, right? Strategically placed everywhere in the world. The whole field is like, oh, I feel that. Somebody's here in Chile. Somebody's over here. It's like everybody's holding a certain frequency. Now, the beauty of this is they're going to be holding the same frequencies, though. These angelic frequencies, these ancient frequencies that are designed to unlock us from the matrix, if you will, which is really kind of a cool thing. So anyway, this is something that I've been working on for basically 20 years in the making, but the app, for the last several months. And I'm excited because there's going to be trackers in there. There's going to be things to track your frequency. Where's your halo at? Did you do your halo method today? You're going to learn the halo method in there. That's a free masterclass you're going to get. There's also going to be a tracker for your water. This is really important to hydrate. Speaking of which, I have some coconut water. have this funny thing with, look at that. I'm doing all these crazy things with my background. So what I know is that these trackers are important because it's accountability, right? You kind of get to say, where am I at, right? You're also going to have dream journals, gratitude journal, daily journal, things that you can keep track of your thoughts. Because how many times do you have a notebook and you write something down and then it's gone? I don't know where I put that note. I don't know what happened to it. I got to really cool down, gone, right? So you're going to have something for that. Also, gratitude in advance is really helpful. And I'm going to teach you my celestial shaman practice for how to manifest through gratitude and journaling about that. And then the Diamond Dream Journal will keep track of your dreams. And especially when you work with these keys, they start to unlock and move up out of the sub and even in your out of your DNA to ancestry lineage sometimes, right? All sorts of stuff. And you might want to write it down and capture your dreams. And maybe you'll even go into the angelhood, which is my kind of social, and ask people in there going, hey guys, what is this dream? Does anybody specialize in dreams? Like, does anybody know what this is? What's your take on it? You know, and create community in there. It's already an established community. We have about 800 people. It's pretty small because we've been a little bit like special ops, you know, and even there's a smaller community called the Diamond Halo in that community that we're really the special ops. We've been like going and doing all this grid work and things on the planet. But what I'm going to say is we're really calling in more now because the energies are getting a little chaotic and people are upset, and it needs to harmonize, and we need to call in every angel we can get, basically. So that's what I'm doing with Celestial App, and it's an app of self-devotion. You're going to have your 72 key journey in there. There's activations, there's alignments. These are powerful. These are not your average activation. Okay, I'm just going to be letting you know now. You can ask any of my Halo members. They know. And then you're going to also have your Diamond Heart activation in there, which is kind of like getting your software upgraded. That's going to be really important to do before the keys, if you can do that. And what else? What else is going on in the app? Some meditation music. There'll be some meditations I put out. There'll be some other sonnets activations, which is a sound kind of tone activation, working with sonic geometrics that I channel. I've been a channel for 20 years. If you're just finding me and you don't know what I do, or maybe you know who I am and you didn't know I did this. And yeah, it's been quite the wild ride. I've gotten a lot of information. I know what's working and what isn't in terms of how we can refine our consciousness. And yeah, we're just getting to a place where it's going to require a little bit more tuned systems and protocols. I think what's worked before isn't quite the same. And I'll give you an example. One of the downloads I got, oh gosh, let's say 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not, you know, don't hold me to that, obviously, but quite a while ago, was my team came in and said, okay, so just know that as people refer to them, my team calls them arcs. We have an arc angelic template, so we have arcs. These chakra energy centers, the training of linear, meaning they spin this way or they spin that way, is no longer valid. Okay, what does that mean? He said it's no longer required for you to mentally think about spinning your chakras one way or the other. It doesn't matter. And you care to expand on that? And the expansion was, they said the spin state of your energy centers is like a topsy-turvy kind of thing. It's not like do. It's all breaking out of the linear systems. So it's going into its free state, kind of like a free spin state. So they said, just say correct spin state, you'll be fine. Come into alignment, correct spin state. I went, okay. So I started teaching my students that, and they started realizing that there was a big difference in doing that. So I'm just going to tell you, these are some of the things you'll learn in the Celestials app, because I share different tidbits like that. And you'll also have the opportunity to join my Diamond Halo at a discounted rate on Friday when we launch, because we're officially launching 321. You can opt in now to get the announcements when we go live on that. But fundamentally, the Diamond Halo is probably one of the most affordable ways to work with a Okay. I think I'm still back. Yeah. Crazy times. I'm not going to bow to Mercury in this way. I'm just going to pretend it's not Mercury retrograde. Um, so anyway, so like I was saying, Friday we're going to go live as Celestials. You can go in, get opted in. I'm excited. I don't know of any other app that's doing this where we're bringing some different tools under one roof. There's going to be my podcast, Awaken Angels, in there too. You can get access to. You'll find other apps I recommend for neurological fitness and beautiful music and things of that nature. Just a lot of resources. And what I feel, though, most importantly, is you will have a practice that you can go to regularly and have support for that practice. You'll be able to message me directly in the app, and there'll be a little bit of a community in there as well of others on the journey with you. So I feel that it's going to be a really powerful place for us to come together and get this light ship called Mother Earth harmonized and lit up and feeling better. She's definitely been going through it. Let's just be real. And it's a lot because our consciousness is in chaos and confusion and despair at times. And so by calling in this divine intervention, essentially, by actively doing it regularly, it makes a big difference. What I will say is it's great when people do their group meditations, let's say their global meditations, but that's like hitting a symbol and it just shimmers out and then it's gone. And now you have 364 days of what? So this is going to be a constant harmonic field that is always being energized because different people around the world will be attuning and aligning and serving as these bridges between what we would call like the heavenly states and the earthly states. And as they bridge that frequency, right, they support a larger harmony. And so that's the idea of the app. And again, I don't know anybody who has a universal framework that takes into account all belief systems, really, and yet has this universal consciousness about it. So I want to say welcome to, is it Elle, the celestialographer? I love it. I can see some of the comments in here. If you guys want to comment, you're welcome to. So celestials.app is where you're going to go and get your app on. And we will be announcing the special launch announcements on Friday, meaning the special pricing and everything else. It is a monthly membership fee. I say it's completely worth it. I'm going to be honest with you. This will change your life. I know too many people that have benefited, and I've refined it for a long time now. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you, if you missed it, in LA, I'm going to be starting a new class called Monday Meditation with Magdalene. It is going to be guided, a channeled guided meditation journey. I am a celestial shaman. That's how I work as a rule. So when I work with Magdalene consciousness, I see it as a council, an oversoul, if you will, a larger consciousness than just an individual. So that is what comes through. And so we will be doing that on Mondays here in Los Angeles. And it is at Pure Heart Collective in Sherman Oaks. You can look them up at Pure Heart Collective. I believe it's .com. And that is going to be happening Mondays going forward at 5:30 p.m. And that is going to be here in Los Angeles. So if you're local, come out and join us. And it's my first class for a while in the, I think for a long while in the Valley. So that'll be fun. The other thing I want to tell you is this coming weekend, the other announcement is I'm going to be doing the Divine Feminine Celestial Awakening Conference on Conscious Awakening Network. And you can find the links for that under @thehugangel on Instagram, which is my main kind of place to find all things Stephanie. But it is, I believe, at consciousawakeningnetwork.org, I believe. But just type in Google Conscious Awakening Network and you'll find it right there, the Divine Feminine Celestial Awakening. That is going to be happening this March, this Saturday, Sunday, March 20, is that 3rd and 4th, I believe? I believe so. The other thing I want to announce, Angelic Summit is coming back. For those of you who remember Angelic Summit back in 2022 and the first one back all the way back in 2020, we are bringing it back, and Conscious Awakening Network is hosting that as well. And that will be June 27th, 28th, and 29th. And then later in the year, I'm going to be doing the Angelic Realm Conference with Portal to Ascension, and that's Joan of Angels is organizing that with Neil Gar, and that's going to be exciting too. So it's a lot of angels. Lots of angels on deck and coming in. Angel dominance in 2025. Yeah, that's where we are. Like, what year are we in? And I feel there's a reason for that because there's a lot going on. And they're like, we are here. We have your back. We're coming. How can we help you? So Celestials app is going to be one way, of course, but there's going to be other elements along the way. And I will be here for all of them to the best of my ability. So I just wanted to make those announcements. Hi, sweetie. I'm saying hi to everybody that's coming on the channels. And yeah, it's exciting. Oh, is there anything else? Any questions? Does anybody in the comments have questions? You're welcome to ask for those of you who are here live. A lot of you will be watching on demand because I did not do an announcement about this. I gave no one any warning. I put it up in my Angelhood, theangelhood.com. If you're not a member yet, I will put this here too, because this is also where you can stay up to speed on all things angels and celestial and star-seeded and all the things. So that's definitely something you can check out. I'm just tuning in to see what else my angels have to say. The funny thing about me, I'll share a little bit if you don't know my work. There's people out there who channel like a trance. They kind of get out of the way, like a bashar or something like that, and something comes through. That is not what I do. And what I do is something called angelic light streaming. That means I'm always buffering or streaming. It's like an integrated vessel of communication. And I teach this, actually. It's one of the courses in the Angelhood you can find. But the thing of it is that it's a little bit like having a microphone and 12 or more beings of consciousness that are like, I want the mic, I want the, you know, not that they're fighting over the mic, but I'm just going to say there's a lot going on. So if I to kind of see who's going to be on the mic, just so I'm making sure that I'm in alignment, that's what that is. If you see my eyes go up, I'm kind of going into this other framework. Okay. I don't see anything else that I need to announce, boys and girls. They're very excited. They've been waiting for this. They're saying they've been waiting for this for a long time because there's so many that have now awakened and they need the guidance. They're like, how do I get a clear signal? How do I know that's really a clear signal? How do I trust what I'm getting? And they're getting information. And that's the challenge right now is that kind of, is there cyanide getting poured into that juice, so to speak? Are they getting some stuff so great? You know, and that's, yeah, question, love. That's where we're kind of missing it, you know, is just because you're getting information doesn't mean it's accurate, doesn't mean it's good to put out into humanity. If it's causing fear, you're hooking people's energy, you know, so you got to be really responsible. And these are some of the protocols I talk about too, because somebody has to, you know, it's not just a free for all. Let's just see, you know, make rain while the, you know, make hay while the sun shines and get clickbait and make the money and get the followers and the things. It's not integrous to do that. There is a protocol when working with these kind of, and there is a karmic debt or a karmic rate of return on people who are abusing power in this way. So we got to be careful, you know, in how we work with them and have reverence and respect. You do not tell angels what to do. You do not, you know, there's certain things we don't do, right? So these are some of the things we have to be aware of. And the other thing I'm going to say is TikTok. Let's talk about TikTok for a minute. A lot of controversy about TikTok in recent news, but I'm going to say is TikTok, if you think about why it's called TikTok, it's time element, right? And what I'm going to say about it is it's very good at creating what's called theorizations or speculations around potential future occurrences. And people will go into the past and dig up all the buried treasure of the rabbit holes, if you will, and pull in information that they think is relevant for now. And it makes people go all brainiac on it, like, ooh, I wonder what that means. And all the speculation comes alive. And what just happened was you just laid out a track of a potentially different timeline, because now consciousness is all going down that road and saying maybe that's going to happen, right? They're future forecasting and prophesizing. And now you just created a new speculative timeline, aka TikTok, right? We're putting in time frequencies, and they can increase their importance or come into matter when you have hundreds of thousands of people watching that video, putting in that timeline and investing interest in it, like compounding interest in a bank account, right? So it builds and builds and builds. makes my life a lot more, just makes more work for me. Let's just say that, and people like me. So just know that when those speculations are coming in, those theories are coming in, it's creating all sorts of distortion. And we want to remember we're kind of all collectively aligned to this one core timeline. I don't even call it a timeline, I call it a station. It's like tuning into a station. We're just want to watch. If we get pulled over to here and here, we lose focus here. So what I'm saying is this one is where love prevails. This one is where everybody thrives. This one is where we're no longer a slave to the system till we die, and money is not God, and all the things that are patriarchal, no offense to the males, but patriarchal Roman Empire systems that have been controlling for so long now. So I'll leave it there, but I'm just letting you know, be aware of where you invest your consciousness. Your consciousness is the greatest currency you have available to you. It literally builds everything, including your financial, including your health, everything. So where you're wasting and spending that money of mind and heart and frequency is important, because where you're spending it means if you're spending it on fluff that has absolutely no bearing on your life and you have absolutely no control over, and it's just feeding on your energy, your job is to say, oh, I'm so sorry, the buffet is closed. I got things to do. I got a coherence to run. I got bigger things to bring in, right? That's the idea that I'm here to convey. And that's what Celestials is going to be all about. Okay, let's see. What's the question? Did you bring in the question? No, she says, I have a question. I don't see the question. She's still typing the question. Joanne says, so true. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, I just do what I can to bring in the light that I know and the truth that I know. It doesn't mean it has to be your truth. I'm just sharing my opinion. Everyone has one. And you're welcome to not take it. I have no attachment to that. I'm not here to prove anything. I'm not here to say this is right and you're wrong. And that's not what we're here to do. Especially when we realize we are stepping into a multidimensional playground. I call it Diamond Earth or Sovereign Earth, right? This is where we get to be free to be who we are without judgment, right? The truth of who we are, the authentic nature of who we are, and to allow ourselves to have that freedom and to not give mind to other people that might judge us for who we are, and really truly authentic nature, and know that we don't have to convince anybody of what they need to believe, because our belief is ours alone. Everybody is unique as a fingerprint. Their belief systems should be the same, in my opinion. When we start to herd everybody into groups, we create separation. And the divide and conquer strategy has been used for a long time. There's a myriad of ways to do it. So just be aware. That's all. Just be aware. All right. What's the question? I think Elle had a question, but I don't know if she knows that I can't see the question. Okay. This is Q and Angels, I call it, when I have questions. And when you have questions, I get answers. And it's easier to get answers because you have questions. So it's fine. If you want to have a question, that's great. I can stay for a few more minutes. Let's see what else. Hydration. Frequencies are running rampant. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Detox heavy metals. You think about metals, they kind of can get inflamed in the body when they heat up from frequency. So be mindful that you're not putting this against your head or in your back pocket or against your breast or against your body in any way. Tube headphones are the safest headphones if you need to wear headphones. I do not recommend any Bluetooth on your body whatsoever. Do not recommend your phone having Bluetooth on at all if you can help it. It is a very damaging frequency, FYI. What else? Oh, for those of you who want to do Celestial Coherence with us, again, Celestial Coherence is going to be taking place over the next year, and it's going to continue. So you can jump in at any time. If you can't get in right now, it's going to keep going. I just recommend to get in with key 1, which is Sovereign Will, because your willpower will come right in. It's a beautiful key. It's one of the keys of Metatron. And by the way, inside Celestials, you'll also learn the real name, the angelic name of Metatron, because Metatron is not his name or its name. Metatron is a overlighting system and a construct that hides or shields the true angelic frequency. That is that energy, was known as Enoch in mythology. And again, you can believe these people exist or not. I've I have no attachment to that. If we really remember, it doesn't matter, because fundamentally it's the intention and the consciousness behind the intelligence. What does it represent? It represents human becoming angel, transfiguration, right? And there's only a handful of people that have managed to do that, that we're aware of, that have been documented to do that. Is it true? Guess we'll find out eventually. Anywho, but these are some of the mysteries you'll learn along the way in Celestials. This is some of what I share. And yeah, it'll be a good time. Okay, I guess there's no more questions. Did you not have a question, sweetheart? I'm just checking. Let me know. Any other announcements? So let's go over one more time. March. We have the Celestials app launching March 21st. Okay, so you can get on celestials.app and you can get be one of the first to know when it's live and available. And if you purchase it on the 21st, you'll also be invited to a special equinox event that I'll be doing that evening, Friday that evening. So that'll be a private event for those who purchase the app on the 1st, or the 21st, I should say. First day of the first key of the 72. And that will be a fun time. Then the other thing, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, so we have three conferences really having to do with celestial angels and all the rest. Hi Barbara, welcome, aloha. So let's see. This coming weekend, 23rd, 24th, if you're just joining, we have Divine Feminine Celestial Awakening. And that is going to be on Conscious Awakening Network. All the links are in my Instagram at the Hug Angel if you want to find the links to any of these things that as they come in. Okay, so this one's in there. This is this weekend. Going to be a lot of lovely women who are connected to the celestial realms, like myself. I'm going to be talking more about celestial coherence, what it is, how it operates, as well as the Magdalene take on that and why she's so involved in that consciousness, right? And why the Divine Feminine is actually the one really moving celestial coherence into our consciousness now. Then we're going to have the Angelic Summit. I'm bringing that back. And that was back in 2020 and 2022. And now we have it in 25. And that's also going to be on Conscious Awakening Network. So I'm excited for that. That'll be June 27th, 28th, and 29th. And then the Angelic Realm conference, or summit, I don't know what they're calling it exactly. Joan of Angels is doing that through Portal to Ascension, and you can find that at Portal to Ascension soon. I think it's actually up now. So get your tickets as you wish, right? They're all tickets. Angelic Summit's not up yet, but we'll get that up in April. And I'm finalizing speakers for that, so that's cool. Okay, I'm back. Oh boy. Yeah, there seems to be some internet issues. And what's weird, it's not on my side for once, because it usually is, because I usually mess the frequency up. But there seems to be something on the other side. I'm using an app that, streams to different platforms. So that's what's happening right now. Anyway, all right. Well, I guess this is my angel's way of saying we've been gathering here long enough. So I will wrap it up. And I thank all of you for being here. I'm sorry I didn't get to any questions. I thought we had some. It appears we don't. And if you do have a question, love, you can always go into the angelhood.com and find me there. And celestials.app, that's where everything is. Go there first. And you'll find a beautiful testimonial there from Willow. She's one of my long-term students. She's part of my Diamond Halo group that we meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. time. Such an interesting thing. And so she's been working with me for quite a while, and she's a Holy Fire Reiki practitioner. And yeah, the Halo method and other. If you're looking to upgrade your frequency and you need an accountability partner, you need support, you're just looking for guidance, you're looking for community, we have that. We have that in the app coming up. We also have that in the Angelhood, of course. And Diamond Halo will be there for you anytime you need it, if you're going through any kind of crisis or anything else. I can tell you this, what I love about Diamond Halo, my group, is I come in with, my vulnerabilities too sometimes. I don't come in as like this guru who's going to solve everybody's problems. It's the age of the guru is over anyway, but I come in, my dog passed away, she transitioned back in February, about a month ago, and it was devastating, and my group was there for me. And so what I love is that it's not just me. Now it's a group of people who do these practices, and they're holding their own light and their own ability to connect in their own way and heal people and help people. So it's a really beautiful way to just be a part of something that feels authentic and feels real and feels impactful. And it's not based on me doing all the work. That's not what this is about. There's plenty of healers in the world that will be that healer that says, let me do all the things for you. I'm here to say, heal or heal thyself, right? I'm here to say you have all the power available to you to resolve whatever ails you. You just need the right tools. That's it. So yeah, that's about what I wanted to share tonight. And I want to say I love all of you for tuning in. Thank you for being here live. Thank you for holding space with this. And if you're coming in on demand later, thank you. And I'm just so excited to have Celestials coming into the world. This has been a long time coming, and it's just going to expand and get better from here. And I really hope you can join us on the journey of the 72 over the next year. And that's what I wanted to say. If you want to get in touch with me, I will also recommend, there's a 90-day journey that parallels part of this, and it's really good at detoxing your body and getting your frequency way up. So if you want to do that in conjunction with it, then get in touch with me and I'll let you know how to do that. Okay. I send you much love. I send you much grace in your life. I wish you the highest potentials always for everything to get better and better in every possible way. I wrap all of your loved ones, even your fur babies and your children and family, in big giant wings of diamond light so that they're held safe and secure and in that immaculate grace that they deserve. All right, everyone, until we meet again, just know this. As the hug angel, I'm hugging you always. Bye for now.